I was extremely scared and at the same time very happy. Scared because a psycho had kidnapped me, and happy because I was able to save myself and to other children from a painful, horrifying death. My name is Kyle, and I will never be able to celebrate Christmas with the same joy again. Every year, people in our town look forward to the Christmas party at the large community hall. A small fair is set up in the community hall garden. We eat as many chocolates as we want, sing carols, and small children prepare a Christmas play. It was Christmas evening, and we were all gathered at the community hall. Children were running around wearing Santa hats. A fat Santa Claus was wandering around the party. Christmas songs were playing on the speakers. I was very happy seeing this whole scene. I went to a stall where rainbow sugar candy was being sold. All the children were gathered there, and the stall owner couldn't handle the crowd. Being a 10-year-old, I was quite short, so getting a rainbow bar for myself in such a crowd was even more difficult. After being pushed around like a trolley bag repeatedly, I got frustrated and came out of that stall and sat on a bench some distance away. The bench was under a large tree. Snow had fallen on the tree, and there was shade around the bench because of the tree. Everyone except me was having a great time. I was thinking of going home where I could play video games, but then I heard someone coming from behind me. When I turned back, I didn't see anyone, but then a few seconds later, a face appeared. "Looks like you're not enjoying Christmas much." The man emerged from the darkness and sat next to me. He was a man whose age I couldn't guess, because of his strange clothes. The man was wearing a Willy Wonka costume and had a cane in his hand, just like I had seen in movies. But the man looked nothing like the fun Willy Wonka character from the film. Instead, he looked like a scary version of him. His eyes were very large and seemed stuck in one place. There were dark circles under his eyes, which made him look even more frightening. His sharp nose and strong jaw indicated that something was going on in his mind. He licked his dry lips and said, "Won't you answer my question?" "No, I'm just bored." "Who are you? I've never seen you here before." "My house is in these forests. I don't like being in crowds." Hearing his words, I asked, "Yes, you didn't tell me your name." "What is it?" "My name is Kyle." "Why are you wearing clothes like Willy Wonka?" "I mean, this isn't Halloween. I suppose I'm just like that character." "Meaning, do you have a chocolate factory too?" "Yes, and I have many rainbow bars and many other crispy candies. Would you like to come see?" I should have refused him right then, but at that time I wanted to leave from there, so I accepted his proposal and he started walking into the forest. The forest floor was covered with crunchy snow, with the moon's faint light falling. The scene looked like a beautiful dream. "You still haven't told me your name. You ask a lot of questions." "Well, you can call me Mr. Wonka. We both know that can't be your real name, but you'll call me that, won't you, Mr. Wonka?" I suddenly became quiet because I didn't want to annoy him again. I really wanted some candies, so I silently kept walking behind him. He stopped in front of a large house. The house was quite big, but it looked deserted to me. Wild plants were growing on the house walls. It smelled of rotting wood. "You live here. It looks old from the outside. Come, let's go inside." He walked a few steps ahead and opened his house door. It was completely dark inside the house. Nothing was visible, and I realized that coming to such a deserted place with this man was a big mistake. My parents didn't know I had come here, and looking at the condition of this house, I had enough of an idea that something wrong was going on in this man's mind. Before I could run, he hit me hard on the head with his cane and I fell unconscious. When I regained consciousness, the wound on my head was hurting a lot. I found myself tied to a pillar in a large dining room. In front of me were two more pillars with two other children tied to them. Both looked very weak, as if they hadn't had water for a long time. They were younger than me. Looking at their dirty clothes, it seemed they had been tied here for a long time. No one can stop themselves from spending money on Christmas. So why does anyone have a problem giving my share? The police will find you. You know my parents must be looking for me right now, and they'll come here. Are you threatening me, Kyle? But I don't think you'll do that after seeing this. He pressed a button on the wall. The sound of an iron chain lowering began. A cage was hanging from it, coming down from the house ceiling, which I hadn't seen before. In that cage was the corpse of a child about my age, but he was no longer alive. The child's face was unrecognizable. At first glance, anyone would think the child died from burning, but something was stuck to the child's body and a very bad smell was coming from it, like glue. That psycho smiled at me and then pointed to a large pot-like thing kept nearby. Do you see that? My secret chocolate recipe? If you try to do anything you shouldn't, I'll put you alive in this boiling chocolate, just like this child. Every child gets this when they try to mess with Mr. Wonka. Saying this, he left the room, and I started sweating with fear. Images of my parents started appearing before my eyes. I felt like maybe I'd never see them again, but then I remembered I had bought a keychain from that fair, and the corners of that keychain had very sharp edges. My hands were tied with fabric made from old cloth. Without wasting a single second, I took out that keychain from my back pocket and started rubbing it on the cloth tied around my hands. After trying continuously for a minute, I succeeded and freed myself. I could have run away and saved myself, but I wanted to free those two children as well and punish the man who had murdered a child. A plan came to my mind. I quietly went near that boiling pot and dipped a piece of cloth in that smelly chocolate. I spilled that chocolate on the floor so it would make the floor slippery. Then I started waiting for that man to come. 5 minutes later, I heard his footsteps and he came outside. Not finding me, he started screaming. He was screaming and looking for me between each pillar. As soon as he saw me near the pillar by the pot, I jumped and pushed him with all my strength. His foot slipped on the floor and he fell into that hot pot screaming loudly. His skin started melting and he tried to get out. He started moving his hands back and forth to save himself, and I stood there watching him die. When he stopped screaming and moving, I thought he was dead. Since I didn't have the house key, I started looking for a window so I could get out from there and bring help for the other two children. Luckily, there was a window whose glass was broken. I applied force once and completely broke that glass and started running into the field. By then everyone was calling my name and my mom was fearfully looking for me everywhere. Seeing me running scared out of the forest, she understood that something very bad had happened. The police were called and those children were rescued, but I'm still scared. God knows what would have happened if I didn't have that keychain. Dying by burning in boiling chocolate on Christmas evening would have been very painful.